the thing is, I do believe there was talk about these things. I believe if we study history, the Confederates were able to shoot pterodactyls, back in the Civil War, and they spread these things out. Anybody can look it up online.
Google it
They
yourself.
spread these things out, and this thing out, and it's got a huge winglet. It was a pterodactyl they shot. So of course these things have been around. Now they went extinct, obviously, slowly, but surely. And so
what I'm saying is Jesus wrote a dinosaur to work. That's history. It's in the Bible. How to Train Your Dragon.
Historical facts.
And if you don't believe it, do your own research. Pull up Google. You'll find the picture, I promise.
Oh my God.
Thank you, John Gleason, Godless engineer, for gifting me this beautiful moment. Y'all remember when they tried to cancel Steven Spielberg for posing with an animatronic triceratops animal rights activist?
Back it up.
Hit it from the back.
Cloaca. Historical facts.
Eat my ass, BP. You're down here bailing on the rest of us because you don't want to process your grief and shame like a normal person by drinking and mistreating strangers.
No, Rick. It is you who must nibble my cloaca, or bird asshole.
Everyone knows what a cloaca is.
back in the Civil War, and they spread these things out. Anybody can look it up online. They spread these things out, and this is a historical fact. So, they spread this thing out, and it's got a huge winglet. It's a pterodactyl they shot. So, of course, these things have been around. Now, they went extinct, obviously, slowly, but surely. And so...
Paul Bunyan was sharing some Funyuns with his pet velociraptor.
Whoa.
Oh, you thought it was an ox? Roll back the clock. Let me knock the socks off. Historical facts.
I didn't cut out. You heard me. Are you a pervert or something? Okay.
What's up, heathens? How y'all doing? I'm the Godless Engineer, and I critically analyze apologist claims to give you the best arguments and information so that you can stand up and use your voice. Although tonight, we're taking a look at a rabbi who says that the flat earth model is not stupid, and he has 5 reasons why we should take it seriously. They're not good reasons. Oh, hey, look, my alcohol.
I made it.
Thank you. Thank you.
I also turned the air down because it's like fire.
It's fire up here?
Yeah.
I figured I was just burning in hell like normal.
No.
Okay. But this rabbi has 5 reasons why we should seriously consider the flat earth model, and they're not good at all. Not one bit. But he does understand the reason why everybody accepts the globe model, although he doesn't really go to the more scientific reasons as to why we accept the globe model. But, we'll get to that here in a minute. So, if you heathens want to fuck around and find out what the 5 reasons are as to why we should consider the flat earth model and not determine it to be dumb, then please stay tuned.
And the thing is, I do believe there was talk about these things. I believe if we study history, the Confederates were able...
There we go. All right. Sorry about that. Little bit of fuckery here on GE. Technical problems with GE. But anyways, so if you're new to the channel, this may be your first time watching or whatever. Here on the Godless Engineer channel, we do donate to a charity every month. Uhan Roderick.
Money.
Hashtag Concave Earth or something. I don't know. What's up there, Uhan? Yeah, long time no see there, bud. But if you guys don't know, here at Godless Engineer, we donate to a charity each month, and I can't remember what we generally donate to for July. but we are going to be, letting y'all know what we're going to be donating to this month here very soon. But so if you want to do a super chat, you want to join the Skeptic Mafia, which is one of the best ways you can support us here on the channel, know that a portion of all your of all of the money that we make here on GE does go to donating to a charity. Last month we donated to the Trevor Project, and the month before that we donated to Bridget, who helps with travel expenses, hotel expenses, and everything like
Christ,
that.
Ma'am. Or sir. You are blessed.
For women that are seeking certain health health procedures and health needs that are illegal now in some states. So we've been doing a lot of shitty shit this year already, huh? Like ours. Ours is a shitty fucking state. We got Elizabeth Richardson saying, I thought, damn, is GE drunk already? Then I realized that I had the video speed set to 75. Oops. Or 0.75. Yeah, I can imagine that sounded pretty drunk. I mean, I don't know. I'll have to let like Shannon and Paul kind of speak to whether or not I talk really slow when I'm drunk. I just repeat shit a lot, apparently. And I wander like around the room or in my
brain wanders.
Oh, my brain wanders. My brain does wander on occasion. I give lots of hugs. I'm a huggy motherfucker, I guess. A huggy drunky. Drunky hug. Anyways, so just know that if you do a super chat or whatever, portion of the proceeds are going to be going to a great cause. So please, if you feel like doing a super chat, you want your voice heard about something that we're talking about, don't hesitate to do a super chat. We go ahead and we read those on screens, which now we've got we've got some special fucking little icons here on, at least on my end.
Just a little bit of money.
For certain super chats, apparently they got special little backgrounds or some shit. I don't know. It's got a bunch of stars or something. Anyways, Vanta Blue says the real Earth has curves.
Shut the fuck up.
Excuse me. Gary White says, hey, everyone, sorry I haven't been on here in a while. Been working. Hey, man, you got to do what you got to do.
Just a little bit of money.
Jason says, just as long as it's not the GOP or Trump, I will never donate to those sources. Ever. Huh? Yeah. Real Earths have curves? Yep, got it. Yeah, I don't know. Gary's didn't have the special little thing on there. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Maybe? I'm not sure. Anyways, before we get into the real the flat Earth stuff tonight, we're gonna be doing comments. I didn't really have any good today I learned for this week, so sorry about that. But we do have Brosepha stopping by to explain some shit to us, as well as we're gonna be going over some dumbass comments. So I think it'll trigger the today I learned thing, but we'll have to quickly segue into the whole comments deal. So let's yeah. Today I learned, not yet though, because I don't have any shit. Anyways, all right, so we're gonna be doing comments of the day. Oh, comments of the day. Prepare to facepalm yourself in the next week. Yeah, I think I timed that out pretty well. All right, so this is something that came to my attention today because it was trending on Twitter. But here's Representative Casey Weinstein, who says they are the party of, oh shit, I got the wrong one. Anyways, so this the tweet that I wanted to put in there, which apparently I did not get the right tweet, but in Ohio they are looking to write into law the idea that you must teach all viewpoints of divisive issues, or things that they think are divisive issues. And the things that the person listed it is stuff like the Holocaust, and then the Ukraine-Russia war. So basically, they want all sides to be taught, and in particular for the Holocaust, both sides to be taught. Now, if you're curious, what do they mean by both sides? I thought about that too. So the one side is history. The other side is a lie. The lie is that the Holocaust either wasn't as bad or that the Holocaust never happened. And so it's one of those two that the person was meaning. My guess is that they don't think that as many Jews didn't die in the numbers that we know they died in. And so it's casting down on that. They actually want to teach that in schools, or at least allow teachers to teach that to their kids. Just that, well, here's another viewpoint from somebody. No, that's not another viewpoint. You're talking about, well, here's history, but some other people want to just rewrite history into something that it's not. And so we want you to decide for yourselves which one's true. And that's not how history works. But anyways, this is Casey's. He's piling on to his original tweet saying that they are the party of forced birth for children, of mandatory genital inspections, of book bans, coal bailouts, and they are the thought police. He's gonna hold them accountable. So definitely appreciate him doing that. And then we got some other Christian nationalist shit to kind of expose if you haven't seen it. All right, so here's Marjorie Taylor Greene doing her own shit here. Jason Kolosik says, throw in teaching flat Earth.
Hey,
yeah.
Y'all know what? Anytime is a good time for a beer.
That could be it. Like, we got two perspective, globe and flat. Which one's right? You choose. And I just don't think that's how it should be. But anyways, here we've got Representative Marley Taylor dipshit, who says 246 years ago, Jesus Christ performed his miracle of making a single day's worth of bullets last 8 days, allowing the Continental Army, Americans, to defeat the socialist Mexicans and the liberal British, who were also Muslim. That's why I give thanks to this 4th of July. Oh, wait, you're saying the tweet's not real? I mean, this isn't my screen cap, but let's see, Twitter. Oh. I guess it's not. My bad. I got duped. Hold on. I'm taking it down. I mean, honestly, it looked like it was real.
It doesn't look real at all.
No. I meant like the content of it seemed real. That sounds like something she would say. But this is one that I did screen cap myself. So I will continue to only screen cap things myself. Daniel M has...
Hey, I don't know if y'all know this, but every time you donate, the Lord cries.
Daniel M says, David says good night. And I agree with Daryl in the chat. It sounds like something she would say. That, I mean, I don't even question it when she says crazy shit. Huh? Oh, good night, David! My brain goes off in all different directions. Good night, David. I hope you have a great night tonight and a good weekend there, bud. But all right. Bobert says, never trust a government that doesn't trust you to own a gun.
2 Timothy, what the fuck ever? Shut the fuck up.
Let's see, the Spanish and British empires well known for being socialists and liberals. I feel like that's sarcasm. But anyways, Lauren Boebert says, never trust a government that doesn't trust you to own a gun. And I feel like maybe this tweet should be reported to somebody in the government. I don't know. I mean, it kind of seems like an insider threat kind of situation. I mean, no, she's telling people not to trust her own government. I mean, I'm guessing that she feels like she can't trust her government because of the fact that we're not wanting people to be able to own high-powered, high-capacity, semi-automatic rifles that are meant to kill people. So I feel like that's a reasonable ask. We're not trying to ban firearms all out, although there are some that want to do that. Hi, honey. I know, but this seems like maybe somebody should be a bit worried about Lauren Boebert and her access to whatever kind of secret information she could have access to. Maybe that should get revoked or something. I don't know. Anyways, let's move on. That's a good point there, Dragon Master. Shit, I was trying to find it in the chat what he said. Anyways,
maybe you should quit drinking all that beer, GE. Hey, ain't nobody gonna be fighting over this $5. It's all
Uhan Roderick says, liberal, willing to respect or accept behavior or opinions different from one's own, open to new ideas. So rational people, regardless of party. Yeah. Who's Your Buddy says, never trust a government that doesn't trust you to make medical decisions for your own body. With a doctor, obviously, with doctor's input there. I guess I can somewhat agree, maybe. Anyways, so next up we have this issue that's getting worse day by day. Scottish justices have prayed with her, then cited her bosses to end Roe. And this is a right-wing evangelical activist that was caught on a hot mic talking about how she had directly prayed with the justices, okay? And I just want to lay this out for you. So basically, you have the Supreme Court, and then there's this sort of street that has these houses on it, and it's known as like Holy Row or something like that. Anyways, these houses are offices of various religious organizations, right? And so basically you got your pick of the religious organizations that I guess that can influence SCOTUS. But this was one of the organizations. This was I forgot Liberty Council. It's the Liberty Council. So now this person, the right-wing evangelical person here, directly prayed with the justices on specific matters concerning everything that they've been doing lately.
Donating this much only makes me drink more.
Dragon Master sent a super chat saying, never trust a political party that doesn't trust you to pick what you want to read. And the Liberty Council is outright denying that she ever did this. And they're claiming that she actually prayed on behalf of them or for them instead of with them. We got Adrian Shetwind, who says, do you know what the current official death toll at Auschwitz is, Tim?
Hey, ain't nobody gonna be fighting over this $5. It's all mine.
Adrian,
a portion of this donation went to beer.
That's true.
Yeah. Adrian, I can't give you a current. I mean, I could type it into Google, but I mean, you could do that. Humorous says, we only had 2 jobs as humans: take care of each other and take care of this planet. Then all things would be given unto us for free. No one got that. All right. Let's see. Auschwitz death toll. 1.1 million, approximately 1.1 million were killed at Auschwitz. So I don't know what that is going to help with, but there you go. So, okay, back to this thing. So what this means is that the SCOTUS, the conservative justices, the ones that have been making all these shit decisions, have been directly influenced by the Liberty Council. And then the SCOTUS, the judges, they cited the Liberty Council in their reasons for overturning Roe v. Wade. Okay, so this is a very clear connection here that the Liberty Council influenced the Supreme Court to make decisions based on what they wanted. Okay, there's not only that, but it also came out today that there was this right-wing person that was head of an organization who actually recruited and trained people to wine and dine conservative court justices and talk to them, discuss with them about, and these were wealthy people. These weren't just like random ass people off the street. Wealthy people. They recruited wealthy people to try to influence SCOTUS justices and by wining and dining them and all that kind of shit, taking them out to dinner and stuff. So there's that. Adrian, I'm not sure.
Ain't nobody gonna be fighting over this $5. It's all mine.
Adrian says it was originally 4.5 million. I'm not sure if that's at Auschwitz, but if you're trying to push like Holocaust denial, I'm gonna have to start rejecting your super chats. Oh, okay. Sorry, it kind of sounds like a trajectory of like questioning or denying Holocaust kind of thing. So if that's not what's happening, that's fine. I'm just saying. Anyways, so this is a very big problem here with SCOTUS, because
here comes the gravy train.
Humorous says, I don't know why there are atheists or theists. Jesus in the Bible, Muhammad in the Quran said, don't believe in these religions. That's right. That's really in those two books. I bet your false prophets didn't teach you that. Okay. Thank you there, Humorous. But this is a pretty big problem here with the SCOTUS justices, because it's very apparent that they can be easily persuaded via the religious right. And so right now we have a SCOTUS that is compromised by the religious right. So they will continue to make shit decisions because the religious right wants them to make those decisions and has been cultivating them for years to make these decisions. Let's see. Speaking of justices, I don't know if you guys heard, but Brett Kavanaugh had some trouble when he went out to eat the other night. So apparently Justice Brett Kavanaugh had to exit through the rear of Morton's, which is a kind of a high class restaurant that caters to like the ultra rich in Washington, D.C. And continuing on, it says, on Wednesday night, after D.C. protesters showed up out front, a Morton's rep told this guy, Daniel, politics should not trample the freedom at play of the right to congregate and eat dinner. And I feel myself like, oh, you mean your rights got trampled? Oh my goodness, that must be so horrible for you. I couldn't give two shits about Justice Kavanaugh not being able to go out to a restaurant publicly and have dinner peacefully, considering that he was part of the decision that ripped bodily autonomy away from a good portion of the United States. And he did so even though he said that Roe v. Wade was established law. So he lied in order to get into the Supreme Court and then went back on the exact thing that he said, or at least not that he said, sorry, that he kind of indirectly indicated that he would not do. And because the whole assumption of it's settled law means that, you know, we're not going to be taking up any of these cases, or we're not going to be ruling against Roe v. Wade because it's already established law of the land. And so it just makes him look dubious and shady and all this other kind of shit. And maybe somebody should prosecute him. I don't know. But I really don't care if he can't go out to a public restaurant and eat peacefully. I really do not give a shit about that. KC says, fuck him.
Maybe you should quit drinking all that beer, GE.
We got Nacho Sore, or not Nacho Tor. Sorry. Who says that the three branches of government have checks and balances. Who checks and balances the legislative branch? Well, I mean, right. Well, yeah. So the checks would come from the other two branches. So, like, if you got, like, for instance, right now we've got a rogue Supreme Court. So it would have to be the executive and the legislative branch to check the judicial branch. And then for the legislative branch, you would have both the judicial and the executive branch to check that one. So, I mean, it provides that, like, or the way our government's set up, it provides that. So hopefully something can be done. I know that Biden signed an executive order today, although I don't know how much good. Yeah. It
basically just asked agencies to do things.
Okay, so apparently the executive order just asks the agencies to do things to protect these rights, which, I mean, honestly, I think that's probably the most that Biden can do himself. But he did say that, we can definitely, codify Roe if everybody gets out and votes and doesn't allow, Republicans to overtake Congress or anything like that. So, because we need to codify Roe, and then we need to expand the court to 13 judges, and so those are the two things that kind of need to be done, and the only people that can do it are kind of have their hands tied right now until after the elections, and then hopefully their hands aren't tied. But anyways, next up we've got this sign that was posted, I believe, in Maine, and it says, "This is a Christian-based private yard sale. No LBGQ supporters." You kidding me? I would show up in like a multicolored shirt and I would just be like, "Hey, I'm here for the yard sale." And, I sincerely doubt that they'd be able to actually like call the cops and push me out. It's like, "I'm sorry, this is Christian. He is gay as shit. We don't want him here." Like, sorry, you can't do that in this country. Like you can't do that. But they want to try to do it. Although if the religious right has their say in it, they will be able to do it soon, because they're wanting to overturn Obergefell, which is about gay marriage rights and all that. So I mean, who knows what else will fall because of that? I mean, we've already got public schools that can apparently have teachers and principals and everything like that lead students in prayer now, which is kind of fucked up. But in any case, I believe that's going to be it for the comments tonight. I appreciate everybody joining me for the comments. But of course, now we've got shitty ass science. Yeah, I got to go and wake his ass up. He'll be here in a minute. Oh, shit. Oh, here I am. All right. We had comments video today, and I really enjoyed that shit. What's up there, heathens? Y'all going to hell yet? No? Okay. Well, I'll help y'all get to hell. Let's see. Zach Hafner. I wonder if he's related. No. I don't think so. I mean, I just get up here and I do this shit, okay? If you want to bitch at somebody, bitch at GE. I mean, if you want to scold him, scold him. I'm just gonna do the shitty ass science now. You do cook my food. It's delicious. I'm just saying it's not my fault. That's all. Just saying, complain to GE. Anyways, what is the proper method to flip a stingray? Oh, well, shit. GE don't mind if I drink his shit, right? Okay. First of all, what you need to get... Oh, apparently I have completed my weekly goal of movement.
Dude, Timothy, what the fuck ever? Shut the fuck up.
Humorist says, screw SCOTUS if they can't be non-biased and those seats should not be forever. They should be limited to 8 years. I can't disagree with that. Anyways, so this motherfucker right here. First of all, you need yourself a giant fucking spatula, okay? It's the only way this shit's gonna happen, or at least safely. Okay, and so what you do is you get your giant fucking spatula and like 10 of your friends, and you're gonna have to work in tandem with each other.
Ain't nobody gonna be fighting over this $5. It's all mine.
What? No, not 10 one big spatula, and then you're all gonna have to hold on to the spatula and work in tandem with one spatula, and then you're gonna have to be like, you know, it's kind of like cooking eggs, you know, like, huh? And then that's how you flip it. I don't know why you would want to be, I don't know if they're trying to cook a stingray on like a skillet or something. Like, why are they fucking with the stingray in the first place? Them motherfuckers have already taken Steve Irwin. I don't think so. They're pretty flat on the bottom there. I do believe they're, KC. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know why they want to. Maybe they just want to flip it up in the air like a pancake. Like, it's a manta ray. Whatever. Manta ray, stingray. These motherfuckers took out Steve Irwin, and we are still hurting because of that, okay? All right? I feel like if Steve Irwin were here, he would have a lot to say about the SCOTUS shit going on, as well as a bunch of other shit. Like that whole Holocausty thingy. Like, that's some crazy stuff right there. And I feel like Steve Irwin would be like, "Oi, crikey! Look at that SCOTUS Justice the Boofa! He's in there eating his steak. We're going to sit out here and chant about bodily autonomy because he took it from us. And so now we're taking his very peaceful meal from him. Oh!"
Also,
What did I say?
and a man.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's just... Anyway, listen, I don't have to explain to you my little improv little joke right there, okay? Anyways, that's how you flip a manta stingray, okay? You just get a big spatula, 10 of your friends, and then you flip it. I don't know why he's wanting to flip it. I don't know why they're saying stingray instead of manta ray or any kind of thing fucking like that. But anyways, that's how you do it, a giant spatula. Now go on ahead, cook your stingray, manta ray pancakes that apparently you're wanting to cook. And I don't know. I don't know why you'd want to eat that, but in any case, I hope y'all like this TED Talk about how you can flip them. And I guess I will see you heathens next time. Maybe we'll have something better. GE, get better shit! Anyways, I'm going to go on now. Y'all are probably going to go to hell, and so I will see you heathens later. As soon as I can get this shit. He never sets this up correctly for me. Am I going to be nice later? I'm always nice. Yes, I am. Don't you hear how nice I'm being right now? Thank you for the food! Bye. I'm going to go back to bed now. I'm going to take a shit first, though. Damn, he don't have to tell us all that. Fuck. Yeah, he kind of is rude, isn't he? Woo! All right, that's a pretty massive. You said it's a manta ray. I'm not a zoologist, and I didn't do all that well in AP Bio when we had the zoology section, so I don't fucking know. But anyways, Brosephus busted a gasket. Yeah. So, anyways, it's interesting how big they can get, but sometimes in those rivers, where they're at, they get pretty huge. So it's no surprise. But anyways, y'all ready to get on to the flat Earth content that I know that you guys are just waiting for? Casey said that she did not vote for this. She had her choice taken away.
In more ways than one.
In more ways than one? Okay. All right. So now the Skeptic Mafia has already seen the video tonight and has commented on it. And we will be getting to their comments here in a little bit. But this is Rabbi Schmuel Pollen. I don't know if I pronounced his name right. I tried to. I wasn't trying to be derogatory or anything like that because his name's a little weird, but he's a rabbi. He's Rabbi Pollen. He's going to be telling us why, one, he understands.
Ain't nobody going to be fighting over this $5. It's all mine.
Who's your buddy says beer don't stick to a spinning ball? Brosephus 2024. I should probably make like a flat Earth video with Brosephus and he'll make some dumbass arguments and see if I can like spur up some people that don't know the joke. Anyways, so Rabbi is going to be going through 2 reasons why the globe Earth model is accepted, and then he's going to give you 5 reasons as to why you should doubt it. And so we're just going to listen, and we're going to do what we do here.
A lot of people say that if something is stupid, it's as stupid as believing that the Earth is flat. Now, I'm not a flat earther. I do not believe that the Earth is flat. I am an agnostic when it comes to this issue. I do not know if the Earth is flat or if it is spherical.
See, I feel like in this particular topic, you can't sit there and try to ride the post, okay, and like be a fence sitter about it, because the evidence for globe Earth is substantial. And so in order for you to be like, I'm still agnostic about the shape of the Earth, you have to forego literally all of the information that we have about the Earth being a globe in order to sit on that particular fence. I feel like anybody that's like, I'm just agnostic on it. I feel like maybe they just were like, oh, I've always accepted this, but here are some good reasons that I think make sense. And
you are blessed
really
by
don't.
Christ, ma'am. Or sir. You are blessed.
Thank you, Humorous. Saying you're not the worst atheist show on YouTube or social media. There's just a hell of a lot of people that are better, but that don't make you the worst. I find you funny as hell. Thanks for the backhanded compliment, Humorous.
There's just so many more better than you.
Apparently.
You're all right.
Thank you there, Humorous. I appreciate your comment. Anyways, I don't think that you should sit on the fence about the shape of the Earth. It's just not prudent to do that, considering all the evidence that we have.
There are 2 reasons that I think it's spherical, and 5 reasons that I think that it's flat. The 2 reasons that I think that it's spherical are because there are thousands of people working at an organization called NASA for 50 years, maybe 60 years now, maybe 70 years now, who are looking at space all the time and satellites and things like that. And not one has broken rank and said the Earth is actually flat. You would think out of such a large group of people, at least someone would spill the beans and tell us the truth of what they see on their telescopes, of what they see from their satellites, and say that the Earth is flat.
I mean, that's a good. That's a good response I would say to the whole conspiracy theory that all of the space agencies are working together in order to hide the truth. That doesn't actually address the fact of whether or not the Earth is a globe. That I would not consider this to be a reason why you should consider the Earth to be a globe. Like when I think of reasons why I think the globe is, or the Earth is a globe, I think of different physical facts about the Earth, like the fact that, the shortest distance between 2 points on the Earth is not a straight line, but it's a curved line because the Earth is a sphere. We've also got many pictures of the Earth being a sphere. We've got a look at other planets; they are spheres. So it doesn't make a lot of sense that we would be this flat Earth and everything else would be a sphere. It also the way that gravity works and how static forces work in like the early solar system. All of that kind of compounds on it and proves that the Earth is a sphere. Amongst the other like really old experiments, and I can't think of the names right now because I've been out of this particular discussion for the longest time. But there's so many old experiments that definitely prove that the Earth is a globe. One good one is the fact that you can see boats going over the horizon on the oceans. Boo Manchu 2 just subscribed to talk some shit. But there's a lot of evidence that like empirical evidence that shows that the Earth is round. I would not, or the Earth is spherical. I would not actually say that nobody's broken rank in this whole conspiracy. So I feel like that's kind of poor reason to believe in a globe Earth. I think that's a good reason to not believe in a conspiracy amongst all space agencies. But it's not a good reason to believe in a globe Earth necessarily.
The second reason is because very smart people smarter than me, believe that the Earth is spherical, like Maimonides, who is from I don't know which century, but he was. They say there was no one as great of a mind as Maimonides, going all the way back to Moses. From Moses to Moses, there was never one like Moses. Both of their names were Moses. Now,
I don't know why any of this fucking matters. I mean, saying, smarter people believe the Earth is a globe, so I guess I should believe that too. I really don't think that that's a good reason to believe that the Earth is a globe, because that's not actual empirical evidence of it. There's better empirical evidences. There's better empirical evidence for a globe than the reasons that he's giving here. So it seems to me like maybe he hasn't actually looked into the evidence of a globe Earth, like different measurements that you can take about the Earth being a globe, like the shadow links in different areas of the world, that particular experiment, which it's bugging the shit out of me that I don't know this. Shadow not experience. Erasthenes of Cyrene. What he did was he took the shadow links of two sort of pillar structures, and he measured them, and then he could actually approximate the circumference of the Earth.
Hey, ain't nobody gonna be fighting over this $5. It's all mine.
Yes, yes, thank you, MathWiz. Casey, we don't live in a democracy anymore. It's now a misogynistic fascist regime, and it's even going to get worse when the red wave comes back. I don't know if a red wave will come back. Let's see, Cyrian said in 1968, Earthrise 72 blue marble. Most images taken by geostationary weather satellites and Discover images all show the Earth to be spherical. Yes, so I mean that's actually a better, like the actual pictures that we have of the Earth are far better evidence of a globe Earth than like the things that he's coming up with here. And yeah, so the Erasthenes experiment of the shadow links, where he was able to approximate the circumference of the Earth, that's a really good like piece of empirical evidence that you can point to for the Earth being a globe. And I mean, we've known that the Earth was a globe since like the 6th century BCE. So I mean, the whole flat Earth thing is such an old and outdated idea. It's only because of idiots that it's still rearing its ugly head. Well, right. Jason pointed out Eratosthenes didn't prove curve, but the size of the curve. Yeah, that's what I meant. Not that I'm saying that the fact that the Earth has a circumference is indicative of the Earth being a globe. Like you can't really explain the Earth, the Earth having that kind of circumference with it being flat, like they want to say. So it would be really hard to do that.
Here are the reasons why I think it might be flat and why I'm agnostic on the issue. There are thousands of satellites supposedly circling Earth, and yet if you go to Google Images, you will find only a handful, maybe 5 images that are supposed to be real images of Earth. And in those images, the Earth always looks different colors, the continents look a little different. They're all different. Why don't we have images coming out all the time from these satellites? I mean, what are these satellites doing if not taking pictures of Earth? I mean, that would seem to be, one of the main jobs.
Hey, this person just bought an express ticket to hell!
Of a satellite. There should be pictures coming out every day, but there's not. There's some kind of hold on this. There's some kind of blockage, or somebody's holding back pictures of Earth.
Nobody's holding back pictures of the Earth whatsoever. Jonathan Hanachek says, I'm ready for my ride to hell. Hopefully this is enough for my ticket. And remember, KC is almost always right. Thank you there, Jonathan Hanachek. Appreciate you. So Zumi in the chat point out the Cavendish experiment that proves that gravity is a thing that exists. And that would be part of the evidence that proves like the globe model. And I think that that's another good piece of empirical evidence right there that would be hard to explain on a flat Earth. So what he's saying right here is just not true. For one thing, satellites that are orbiting the Earth serve many different functions. A lot of them are like, radio satellites and where they just receive transmissions and they broadcast them back out. So there's that. You have the scientific satellites like the James Webb, that just recently went up, and then there's the Discover satellite that also went up, which in fact you can actually go to a NASA website and you can see daily pictures of the Earth. And I can probably bring that up right now. Let's see. Whoops. Come on.
Hey, ain't nobody gonna be fighting over this $5. It's all mine.
All right. So this is this right up here. This is the website for the Discover satellite, the Epic Earth Polychromatic Imaging Camera. It's their Epic camera. And you can go, there's a little, you can see it right there. There's a calendar thing right here. You can go back and you can see it only misses a few days a month, maybe like 1 or 2 days a month they'll miss. But I mean, you can go back and you can, like, we can go back February 18th, 2022. Look, there's the Earth. And we've got 13 shots of the Earth that it took that day. Oh, look, it's all of them. Now, he was concerned about how the Earth has, looks different in different pictures. And that's just because of the settings of the camera that's used, the type of camera that's used, the lens that's used, the way in which,
Donating this much only makes me drink more.
I know. The way in which the lens even works, or the way in which the pictures are put together, because there are some cameras out there that actually take pictures exclusively in a red filter, green filter, and a blue filter, and then they combine those three filters in order to give you a good image of it. And so you there are daily pictures of the globe Earth. You can see that it's a globe. You can see that it's rotating on an axis and everything. So, yeah, I mean, saying that there are no real time pictures of the Earth is just false. Now, to assume that every satellite that's in orbit, its job is to take a picture of the Earth, that's just ridiculous. And it just shows that you haven't actually looked into anything anything that's already out there. Let's see. Humora says the Earth is flat. I have a telescope, so there's a huge turtle underneath it with 4 elephants standing on his back holding up the flat Earth. Cernian pointed out in the comments that Discover is nearly 1 million miles away, 1.5 million kilometers. Yeah, it's actually at one of the Lagrange points is where it's at, I do believe. And so what it does, what the satellite does is it's actually in perfect sync with the Earth as as the Earth orbits around the sun, the satellite orbits around the sun in a perfect sync with the Earth, and that's why it's able to take a picture of the Earth. Yes, Lagrange point 1. I couldn't remember exactly which point. I just remember that it was at a Lagrange point. Daniel M says, "Gotta have my pops. It's been years since I ate those, and now I'm wondering why." Hey, I have the same feeling on occasion for things that I remember, as a kid growing up. It's like, why did I even fucking like this? All right, let's see what else he's got. Dario Luna says, "I'm here just for KC's laughs."
Woo! That's KC's money.
Dario, KC is very appreciative that you're here to listen to her laugh.
Donating this much only makes me drink more.
Jennifer Silves says, "Need higher res to see the turtles." Definitely. Higher res is going to really expose the turtles that's on the bottom side of the Earth. You okay?
That's what it seems to be. Some have suggested that the quote-unquote real pictures of Earth from space are computer-generated imagery, made by a computer like a drawing. There is evidence to this allegation in the sense that in one of the pictures that's supposed to be real of Earth, a word in the cloud appears, and the word is sex. So somebody seems like he's playing a cruel game on us by putting forth a picture that's supposed to be the picture of Earth, and they're mocking us by putting the word sex in the clouds. And they think that we're not going to notice, but somebody did notice.
So I've got to bring this up for y'all. No. Let me see. I was able to find it. No, I don't think that's it. Hold on.
Just a little bit of money.
I'm trying to find like a good image of it, but it's not coming up. I had it on my phone. Anyways, the image of the Earth, which I think it'll be worth it to actually
Maybe you should quit drinking all that beer, GE.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of money. I'm on the highway to hell.
Fuck yeah, highway to hell. I don't know, honey. I just do things. I just say it. Yep. Shit. Casey said, you do things when I go to the grocery store, and I'm like, yep, I do. Okay. Here is the picture that they are talking about. Okay, this is the original picture from NASA. Okay. And obviously I got this from the Flat Earth Reddit, because that's where all this stupid shit is. So if you're wondering, like, oh, where's the sex part at? And the sex part is actually right here. The thing that they are interpreting as sex, okay? So I'm going to blow this up a little bit. Okay, so that's the part that they say says sex, and how they get there. And let me see if I can do this, because you can transform. Let's see, flip horizontal, right? And then we got to play some kind of weird, like, flip there we go. So I had to flip horizontal and then flip vertical and then sex.
This is stupid.
Yes, honey, this is stupid. It's also a good example of pareidolia. And that's where noise, like just regular noise that's out there, just like stuff that's not in a pattern, appears to be in a pattern. And that's what you end up with right there is that. I mean, it's similar to seeing a happy face on the ass end of a helicopter, or like on one of those toilet protector dispenser things or something. Or dick switches. Yeah, totally. Dick switches, honey. Oh, the Jesus light switch for the dick.
Timothy, what the fuck ever? Shut the fuck up.
Mathwis says, has this guy never seen clouds that look like objects before? Nope. I mean, they could look like a dinosaur and he'd be like, oh, somebody is playing with me. There's a dinosaur in the sky. Honey, there's a dinosaur in the sky. Do you see that shit?
I see it.
She sees it.
It means we've lived with them.
It means we lived with them? Okay. You're creationist now?
Sure.
Yeah. Rudy Kisley. Rudy Kisley says floating in neighbor's jacuzzi full of rolling rock. Burp. Okay, good. I'm so glad you're having fun there, Rudy. Keep on, keep it on. Then we got Dario Luna says, I did notice some jealousy from GE on my previous super chat. I love you too, GE. Yeah, but not as much as her laugh. I know what you're really here for there, Dario. I love her laugh too.
Most of the time I'm the least likable thing.
I mean, you're always the most likable thing, honey. Anybody that says otherwise is just wrong. Yeah.
Intolerant.
You're intolerable. I noticed on Twitter, Casey's little display name is actually Destroyer of Good right now. Because I was getting there. Somebody called her the Destroyer of Good Things or something like that. And so she decided the Destroyer of All Things Good. So it's like all encompassing too. Humorous says this is for Josephus so he can get another 4-pack. Y'all have a good night now. Thanks for the laughs, GE. Thank you there, Humorous.
Hey, ain't nobody gonna be fighting over this $5. It's all mine.
All right. No, Dario, everything's cool. I'm fine with it. Everybody loves her laugh, so I'm cool with it. Anyways, so that's what he's talking about with the sex in the sky and everything like that. Nobody's manipulating things. It's just a case of pareidolia. Now, he is talking about some images being edited or being computer generated or something like that. There are plenty of pictures out there of the Earth that are computer generated. Now, if he's talking about some of the more artistic renditions of the Earth, like there's one in particular that they love to point to about how the Earth was computer generated or because it has to be, or something like that. I can't remember what that technically, what that little line technically is. But anyways, that's because of how they rendered it. And how they rendered it was like through various pieces of data that showed various things about the Earth, and so basically they just interpreted the data into a picture. It says the blue. Cernian says the Blue Marble remake. But yeah, so it's just the way in which or the kind of data that was used in order to render the image. That's why it had to be computer generated. But in any case, obviously this guy hasn't actually researched anything. He hasn't researched any kind of evidence about what pictures are out there or what satellites are out there or anything like that. So it's not all that surprising. It's hard to imagine, honey. she's got her shocked face on right now.
The second reason why I believe the Earth might be flat is because water is always flat. If you've ever had a cup of water, you know that the water always settles into a flat formation. And if the ocean has the same properties as the water in the cup, and I assume all water has the same properties, I'm assuming that the oceans have settled into a flat formation. And if the Earth is mostly water, that means that the Earth is flat.
Honey, do you want a mic? She's got a lot of opinions. Like she just said, well, you know what they say about assuming shit there, jackass. You giant big ass. Sorry, I misspoke about her insult. So the reason why you perceive the water to be flat like that is due to gravity and the fact that the Earth, it doesn't pull, but gravity sucks in, right, or whatever. But anyways, so the water is sort of quote unquote stuck to the Earth due to gravity, and over long distances, you can definitely tell that there's curvature there. And the reason why this water curves like that is because of gravity. And also to say that water doesn't curve kind of ignores like everything that we know about the physics of water. It's ridiculous. Jonathan Hanchak says, wouldn't that mean that you need to look at the top or the edge of the water because in a beaker it bubbles up right? Or am I just stupid? I'm not sure what you're talking about. I think what you're talking about is like whenever you fill like the beaker all the way up and then you kind of due to
Hey, y'all know what? Anytime is a good time for a beer.
Due to the cohesion of water molecules, that water, the tension in the water kind of creates this sort of bubble on top. There's actually a whole game about that where you pour just a little bit of water in and you see who's the first one to make it spill over and you lose. Yeah, KC knows it. Daniel M says, gotta hand it to the guy for not saying level. Yeah, that's true. He didn't say level. But even so, right, honey, it is stupid. He didn't say level, but he did say flat, which still flat is kind of a relative term there. Because like I said, while you perceive it to be flat, it's just because you can't get a good enough angle like on it in order to see that it's curved. But also if you go to the ocean and you zoom in on the horizon line looking out into the ocean, and if there are ships that are going into the distance, you can totally see the curvature of the Earth because the water curves. Because as the ships go over the curve, you're not going to be able to see them at some point and they slowly disappear. That cannot be explained on a flat Earth model. Now, that doesn't mean they don't try, but it does mean that, their attempts to overcome that fact are insufficient. And so it literally makes no sense the way that they argue against that.
If water's flat, then the ocean is flat. If the ocean is flat, then the Earth is flat.
Well, but the oceans aren't flat. They're curved. No, YouTube, I don't want to put in an ad right now.
The other proof that I understand about why the Earth might be flat is because you can see a building from Chicago over Lake Michigan. That's thousands of miles possibly, and it's much too far for a circular spherical Earth because from Chicago all the way over to Lake Michigan, to the end of Lake Michigan, if there were curvature, then the building would be well below the water line. It'd be well below it.
What? Oh, it's Photoshop because it has to be. That's right. So, yeah, he said that Lake Michigan was thousands of miles long, or it's that like the particular shot that he's talking about of looking at the Chicago skyline is thousands of miles away. It's the total length of Lake Michigan is 300 miles, so it's only a few hundred miles. And the actual shot that he's talking about there is it's from Michigan looking over into Chicago, and that particular route is only like 60 some odd miles. But in any case, the shot that he's talking about is easily explained by superior mirages. Basically, that's just where the conditions are right with the temperature of the water, the temperature of the air, and everything like that, and light being reflected off of the buildings and off of that skyline actually curves a little bit with the Earth. And with the superior mirage, it's actually like curved and inverted or some shit like that. Anyways, look up superior mirage and you'll be able to understand what that is. But basically, you're able to see the Chicago skyline just because of the current weather conditions. And if you were to like stand there all day looking at the Chicago skyline, as the conditions in the air and the water change throughout the day, you would actually be able to see the Chicago skyline disappear and reappear and all that other stuff. So he's wrong on multiple points here. It's not,
donating this much only makes me drink more.
So the Lake Michigan is at max 300 miles long, but the view that he's talking about is really only over like less than 100 miles across which the entire width of Lake Michigan is around 100 miles. But so it's like between, I want to say like 60 and maybe 70 miles or so that particular shot is. But in any case, there's that distance problem, but also the fact that he's not factoring in mirages. He doesn't know how light works in the atmosphere and all that other stuff. My guess is that he doesn't even understand what refraction is. That's when light will actually sort of get refracted off of the atmosphere. So it might be going this way and then refract and go a complementary angle way. So, I mean, you have to understand these very basic concepts in order to understand why you can see the Chicago skyline, but we have people that have figured these things out. So they're easily explained.
The fourth reason why I think the Earth might be flat is because no pilots and no railroad track engineers compensate for a curvature. They make their railroad tracks straight, and planes fly straight. Well, if you're on a spherical Earth, what's going to happen if your plane flies straight? It's just going to go off into space.
Why didn't we think of that before, guys? Like, why didn't we, when we were coming up with ways to get to the moon, why didn't we think, oh, hey, let's just fly a plane straight and we'll just go directly to the moon? Why is it that we had to come up with like rocket technology and shit in order to fucking get out of our, out of Earth's gravitational pull, and then go to the fucking moon or get into low Earth orbit? Like, I don't understand why he would think that this is a thing.
Get not from straight that first they don't have to. Like they
Well,
literally.
well, right. Yeah, sorry. Casey, the woman of many opinions but doesn't want to voice them, pointed out that many flight plans don't have a straight path from one point to another, that they have to follow the curve of the Earth, so that they have a curved path. Huh?
You know, donating this much only makes me drink more.
If you look at the globe,
Right.
they fly upside.
No, it is shorter, and it's exactly what I was saying. They fly on a curved path because it's shorter, because we're on a globe, than going straight. Like on a flat map, it's longer to go. Like
You have to go over.
well, no, well, technically everywhere on the Earth is the curve. So okay. Yeah, it's called a great circle, Godless Engineer. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I didn't know. I couldn't recall the name of that, but yeah, that's what it is. Anyways, so the airplane, you know, there's a certain locality that comes with like the pull of gravity. So I mean, when you're flying, as long as you're keeping the plane level with the horizon, you're going to keep flying straight. It's not like you've got to, you know, constantly point your nose down because you keep going up or something like that. As long as you keep it level, you'll keep going straight, or you'll keep flying at the same altitude. And so it just it makes no sense for him to say, you know, well, you'll just fly off the Earth.
If you want to stay with the globe, you would have to bend the nose down a little bit to stay with the globe on a curved Earth. There are no such adjustments for curvature on railroad tracks or planes or any other transportation that goes over Earth. Anything that goes over Earth is always flat. So,
yes, honey.
Hey, dipshit. This person just bought you a beer.
Okay, so this is what Casey's talking about that apparently I'm explaining completely wrong. And that's the it is shorter to fly the great circle route than a straight line due to the circumference of the Earth being so much greater at the equator than near the poles. Well, right. And I mean that's what I was saying, that it's longer to go that way, to go directly towards it, than it is to
Hey, I
go
don't know if y'all
along
know
with the
this, but
curvature
every
of the
time
Earth.
you donate, the Lord cries.
No, you're not wanting to go around the equator of the Earth. You're still going around the curvature of the Earth. Oh, okay. Jason Kosak says if the plane's elevation increases, it takes more fuel. Yeah. Daniel M says, is he using a Batman plane or some shit? Yes, he definitely is. Let's see, where would the plane get the potential energy from to gain altitude like that? I have no idea there, Mathwiz. I don't know. Jester, Lord of Fools says, possibly? Did you research to get that possible answer?
it must be that the ground beneath it is also flat. The fifth one is like going to be hard for you to understand because it's just so outside the box. It's just so different from your education. But if you can just step back from your education for a moment, consider the fact that the earth is not falling. Now, why is that important?
So, in order to get this particular point, You just need to like forego all of your current education and then consider it. Forget everything that you've learned about physics and everything like that. And now this point.
If I take a ball and I let it go, it will fall. But the Earth is a ball and it's not falling. So why isn't it falling? The only thing that makes sense in this scenario is that the Talmud says that the Earth is on foundations. There are like pillars holding up Earth, and God himself is holding up the pillars.
Oh, well, fuck, the Talmud says it. I guess it must be true. Also, this whole idea that if you drop a ball, why doesn't the Earth drop or some shit like that? For one thing, there's not like some supermassive structure that's beneath our solar system that would cause it to like fall that way. We are, affected by our sun's gravity, and so we're in an orbit, which is like a constant free fall around the sun. And then the whole solar system in general is orbiting, around, in the universe around that black hole at the center of it or whatever. And well, no, there's galaxy. I'm talking about the entire universe. It's swirling around a big black because there's right. Well, I mean, the solar system would be in the galaxy, and then the galaxy would be in whatever in the fuck else is after that. I don't know all the different stages until you get to the entire universe. And in the entire universe, everything is swirling around this black hole at the center. Anyways, Daniel M says, that's new. If the Earth is a ball and it isn't falling. Yeah, that's definitely a new one, I have to say.
To Timothy, what the fuck ever? Shut the fuck up.
But, so anyways, there's nothing that would cause the Earth to operate that way. And to say like, well, ball drop here, why no Earth ball drop? I feel like is a bit cavemanish. And then further to appeal to the Talmud in order to make your case, I feel like it is not helping you out whatsoever. Like, oh, well, you're putting up, the Earth on stilts and everything, and God's holding the shit up. Well, fuck me. Would just throw out all this science and shit, like he said, in order to accept this.
That would make sense. That would not fall. But the fact that the Earth is not falling indicates that it is on pillars, not on a spherical globe that is just floating in the air.
If the Earth is resting on pillars, wouldn't we be able to empirically detect these fucking pillars? Like, I feel like that's a reasonable thing to expect. If there are pillars holding this shit up, we should expect to be able to, observe them in some kind of way and have empirical evidence for them. They're fake pillars? Oh, faith pillars. They're held. The only reason why the Earth doesn't fall like a ball that you're holding in your hand is because of people's faith. As long as they got faith, those pillars are there. It works a lot like that fucking fairy from Peter Pan to Tinkerbell. Works like Tinkerbell. Everybody's got to believe. Everybody clap so that we don't fall into oblivion.
So, before you discount an idea that seems stupid, you really have to examine, is this because of my upbringing? Is this because of what the media has told me? Is this because of other people that I've believed in have told me? They could have taught you wrong, and maybe it's not so stupid. You really need to look at things with an open mind, forget everything else that you've learned, and just be an open vessel, be a cup that can accept liquid.
I don't know. Wait, what? Don't be a what kind of cup? Because that makes you a whore? A full cup. A full cup makes you a whore, by the way. Quote KC on it, all right? I don't want to be God's cum cup, okay? I don't want him to fill me up with whatever in the fuck he thinks God is gonna fill me up with. Wow. God, everybody become God's cup so that he can fill it up with bullshit.
And examine it with a completely open mind, a completely unbiased mind. And I think you'll come to the conclusion that this is an issue on which we have to be agnostic, on which we have to be unsure of whether it is flat or whether it is round.
No, I'm not agnostic on it. Like saying, you know, forego all of your knowledge and then just believe what the Talmud says, because that's what happens when you have an quote unquote unbiased view of things. I don't think that's a good way to come to a conclusion.
There are convincing arguments to both directions.
No, there are not convincing arguments in both directions. No.
So I hope this teaches you, if anything, to be more at peace with others who have different opinions as you.
I mean, I'm at peace with, you know, like I'm not angry at flat earthers generally. Like the reasons why they give make me angry, and how idiotic and how stubbornly stupid they are angers me on occasion. But I mean, I really don't think that, you know, being like, oh, this is a reasonable position to hold is really the way to go about it. Flat Earth is not a reasonable position. Most of the time, in fact, it's the flat earthers that are really like shitty and obstinate about this kind of stuff. They're the ones that are being like, you're an idiot for believing all that science and shit.
They may come from a different background and you may come from a different background, and just because you think you're right and they're wrong, that's probably not the case. You're probably...
No, I'm fairly certain that I'm right. Like, I get that I haven't been right this entire time, you know, not 100% of the time on this show tonight. I get that. Usually with flat earth stuff, I get shit wrong. I'm fine with that. I don't expect to be right every single time I make a sly little comment. But what I will tell you is that I'm definitely right. The flat earthers are definitely wrong because of all the evidence. Maybe I can't, you know, correctly communicate the evidence a lot of the times, but I know that they're fucking wrong.
Both right in some sense and both wrong in some sense. So everyone out there, get along with each other. Understand that everyone has a different background and you have a bias in that everything that you've learned is leading you to your opinion. You are not looking at it with a completely open mind. You are already locked into certain assumptions. And to be able to look at it accurately, you have to let go of all those assumptions, be willing to change your mind based on the evidence. So
I mean, are you willing to change your mind based on the evidence? Because for one thing, for the globe earth, you didn't really provide any kind of evidence. And for another thing, you really didn't provide any good evidence for a flat earth. Well, yeah, he provided the top, which isn't good evidence. So this guy hurts my brain.
I wish us all a brighter, more peaceful world that is easier for us all to live in.
He sounds like a nice person. I mean, he sounds like he's trying to be nice. Yes, incredibly misled. Yeah. Do you want a mic? You have a lot of good opinions, honey. Sure, everybody else would love to hear your opinions too. No? All right. Anyways, so that's going to be it for his video tonight. For one thing, just to kind of recap here, I didn't really find anything all that spectacular about his video. His 2 reasons for believing the Earth is a globe were kind of shit. I think that he could definitely come up with some better reasons, more empirical reasons, more reasonable reasons. And then there's the list of 5 as to why you should be agnostic, or at least on the issue. And I don't think that anybody should be agnostic on the issue of the shape of the Earth. the Earth is very obviously a globe. From all different forms of evidence we have, it all points to a globe Earth. So there you go. Anyways, Jay-Z Meister, did I get here right at the end of the stream? Yeah, you kind of did. Although the video was a little short tonight. We ran a little short because we didn't have all the segments. But anyways, we're about to go to the Skeptic Mafia comments. If you don't know, the Skeptic Mafia gets to watch a video beforehand, and then they get to add their 2 cents in. And so we're going to spend the next little bit going through their comments. If you would like an opportunity to share your thoughts before we actually do our live stream and then have it read live on air, you can join the Skeptic Mafia, and you'll be able to leave your comment on a video. You also get a lot of great emojis. We do podcasts sometimes about current events and stuff like that. There's a Discord server, I think, still. and several things. You get a lot of great good shit from the Skeptic Mafia. So I mean, I've got a few people that are mods that are on there a little bit, like Cadence. Cadence is a good mod. I don't think that there's much moderating that really needs to be done on there, though. But anyways, we're about to go into that. If you're leaving out right now, I really appreciate you stopping by and watching this. It's been a while since I've done a Flat Earth video. I had to dust off all of my shit. And and I know that I probably didn't explain everything perfectly right, but I'm sure Casey and I will work that out here in a little bit. But if you will, please go down below. Let me know what you think in the comments. And while you're down there, why don't you smash that like button? If you haven't smashed the like button yet, which we've got 135, 34, 36 people watching and only 75 likes. If you're still here right now, smash that like button for me. It'll really help me out. Huh? Casey smushed the shit out of it. Thank you so much there, Casey, for smushing the shit out of it. And I hope that you guys have an awesome weekend. Let's see, Jane Pusecker, before we move on, Jane Pusecker said, for someone who claims that doesn't believe in the flat earth, he sure seems like he does. Yeah, I know, right? Daniel M said that's new. Oh yeah, I already read that one. But anyways, if you're going to be leaving out right now, I really appreciate you watching tonight, and I guess I will see you guys next week when we talk about some other crazy shit. And y'all have a great weekend, and don't forget to stand up and use your voice. Bye, heathens. But don't go. We have the Skeptic Mafia comments to go through, so we are going to jump over there. Huh? Oh, you approved one? See. All right. Let's get this set up over here. I got 64 minutes on my watch. Okay. Let's see. Oh, so sorry about that, Jester. I totally missed. Jester says, so I tripped at the beginning of the stream as I got up, a certain someone was singing Tech Issues with GE, and I just thought I'd share the laugh. Thank you so much there, Jester. Sorry I missed that the first time through. Let's see. All right. Okay. So first up, we've got Daniel M, who says, so he is agnostic about the earth being flat or round. Let me clear this up. The earth is a sphere! There we go. Don't blame me. I didn't pick this one. I think the whole flat earth thing is a tired argument. Anyway, the water in a cup has the properties as the ocean. Okay, that is slightly different there, champ. But let's say you have a cup of salt water. I'm sure if you had super precise instruments, you could find the water following the curve of the earth in that small of an area. My hypothesis, not tested. Now, we are getting into how science works. Someone could make me eat my words and prove me wrong. I also hypothesize that we could possibly get better results in a pool. Oh, well, we need more members now, more than ever. We totally have to vote for the other stupid shit over flat earth. Join. Plus, there's other cool perks too, like emojis. Thank you so much, though, Daniel M. Yeah, you would, in order to really be able to measure like the curvature of the earth with like water, you would really need like a really long like trough of water in order to see that. I do believe that there are these lasers. I remember it's been so long since I've had to think about this, but there are lasers that are meant to measure like gravitational waves that they've set up, and they have them in like these super long tubes, right? I think there's one in like Louisiana. No, not Jewish space lasers, honey. Anyways, LIGO. Yes, thank you, Michael. LIGO lasers. They're meant to be able to measure like gravitational waves. Well, anyways, they're like really long tubes with these lasers in them, and they actually have to compensate for the curvature of the earth because they're so long. Drew's book review says, almost forgot to comment. All I wanted to say is that the only flat earth that isn't stupid is Discworld, which is actually quite entertaining. That is all. Until next time, keep on reading. Thank you there, Drew. I appreciate it. Cadence says LIGO is in Louisiana. They aren't taking tours anymore, sadly. Oh, that sucks. All right, next up is Command Cyborg. Says, hello, world. Yeah, this was dumb. There's too much stupid for me to correct all of this in one shot space. I'll just say a few things. We have pictures of the Earth from space from before CGI was a thing. That's a good point. There's definitely pictures of the Earth from space before CGI was ever a thing. The water is flat, planes and trains don't compensate for the curve, and so on. Have you ever heard of fucking gravity? Earth isn't falling anymore. I just can't. Too much stupid. Smash all the buttons, ring a ding dong. Remember not to index at 1. You index at 0, by the way. Everybody remember, index at 0. All right. Become mafiosos. It's for a good cause. Excuse me, sorry. And for the fun of it, that's all, folks. Thank you. And Command Cyborg says goodnight. Transmission terminated. Now, Zumi has got ASCII. Zumi says now, I'm not a flat earther, yet defends the flat earth. Right. I'll comment as I watch. People are smarter than you. Dude, I've known hamsters smarter than you. Water is never flat. Look at how water reacts in microgravity. It forms a ball. Yeah, that's what I was, if I remember correctly, that's what I was trying to think of earlier, was in microgravity situations. Like, for instance, in low Earth orbit, which is a microgravity kind of situation there, you have spherical balls of water that are up there. So, I mean, yeah. Water is there. It forms a ball because of gravity. Q desert file. Haven't you ever heard of gravity? Gravity. And desert file. Anyway, enough of this idiot. On to the ASCII. Oh damn! I can't tell what that is. I'm sure it'll come to me here in a second. I'm trying to see it. It looks like a spider or a bug or something. dude with weird hair and oh, it's Jackie Chan. I see it now. Jackie Chan. I got it. Ah, I got it. I see it now.
Oh yeah, the hands. Okay.
I got it. Oh, there it goes. Even Jackie Chan doesn't get this jackass. Then again, if Jackie Chan can't punch or kick something, he doesn't get it. So be like Jackie Chan and punch that like button like a balls. And be sure to subscribe. And singing, ring that bell. Ring that bell. Ring my bell. I feel like that's asking to get punched. Like, ring my bell. Anyways. And if you want, go ahead and join the Skeptic Mafia, where you'll learn how to shill like the best of us in GE and get GE to say silly things like, well, what I just made him do that, do like a puppet. Love you, John. As always, exit stage right. Moi. Thank you so much there, Zimmy. Then we get Jester, Lord of Fools, who says, first off, I do want to thank Mr. Pollen for a message of peace and understanding. I then want to rather ironically follow up with a paradoxical, what the stupid did I just watch? I don't have to be agnostic about something I can prove in my own backyard. There are many easy to do tests that you can pull off to determine the circumference of the earth for no money down. I suggest measuring shadows cast by two different tall objects in different places at the same time of day. Also, water is usually level, not flat. You may realize that droplets are rounded, almost like round is a simple shape to form things into. Why is that so hard to grasp? Well, generally it's hard to grasp for them because they just outright deny gravity. If you'll notice, gravity didn't come up once in any of his shit tonight, and you would think that that would come up at least once if you're considering evidence for and against a flat Earth. Trickster says, yes, it is stupid to believe the world is flat. No flat earther can come up with a model of the flat earth that explains how and why the world works the way that it does, whereas the models and experiments for the globe work perfectly. Why do they always bring up NASA when people have known that the earth was a globe long before NASA even existed? Who did they blame before NASA? I don't know, probably, Jim Bob down the street. Like, Jim Bob says it's a circular, spherical Earth, and I say, fuck him! He says you can see Chicago from Michigan, but if you really want to believe me that the Earth is flat, stand on the west coast of Florida and prove to me that you can see Mexico. If the world is flat, that should be no problem, right? Finally, well, to point this out, and I've actually mentioned this to a flat earther, and they said that atmospheric pollution and just the density of the atmosphere apparently prevents you from seeing that far off, instead of the real answer being that you just can't because curvature of the earth. Finally, this guy says that God is holding the earth up on its pillars. Does that mean God is Atlas? Do the button thing. You know how. Want to be part of the fun and have John give you a lot of cool emojis to play with, like the whale dicks. Join us in the Skeptic Mafia, and you too can watch the video early and drop your comment about the video, and John will read it on air. There's a lot of other stuff you'll get, and GE will gladly tell you about them. Yeah, so like there's the podcast that I mentioned. We normally do, it's sort of like a political podcast is kind of what it's turned into, but it's a Skeptic Mafia podcast where we go over a bunch of shit that's happened, since the last time we did a podcast. So that's pretty cool. And then you get like the special little icons next to your names on the live streams and premieres. And so there's all that. Bye for now, GE, Casey, Brocephus, and all the rest. See ya. See you later there, Trickster. Then we got Peyton Dooley, who says, he said the word sex was seen in a picture in the clouds. Isn't that one of those supposed hidden messages? Disney put in the Lion King movie, it just hurt listening in this video. Yeah, that is one of the things that's supposedly in the clouds in the Lion King. I think that was actually added later. Like, I don't think it actually says sex, but in any case, it was actually a different thing. Let's see. I'm not, this is Terrence Clark. Thank you so much, Terrence, for putting in your 2 cents. Terrence says, I'm not going to go into a wordy takedown. All I'm going to do is point to the NOAA GOES satellite imagery. He asks where all the pictures of the Earth from space are, takes pictures of the whole Earth from 2 separate satellites every 10 minutes. It has been taking pictures of the Earth since the 1970s from 18 satellites, of which 2 are in operation at any given time. Its archives are available to the public in multiple spectra. I'm providing a link, but you can find it yourself by searching Go Satellite Full Disk Archive, clicking on the link for Imagery Viewer, and click on Full Disk for either the east or west satellite. If you want to see what the Earth looks like from space at the equator within the last 10 minutes, you'll find it there. Pretty spectacular stuff. And then there's the link. I'll try to get that in the description of this live stream there. So thank you for that there, Terrence. Shit. Jonathan Nickel. Jonathan says, what have we got here? A clueless Jew? A rabid rabbi? A flurfer in denial? At least he accepts that NASA is real and that they are not some massive conspiracy cabal sending out doctored photos and hoodwinking the world. Yes, satellites are real. I used to get my TV service through a satellite provider until I decided that I didn't need it and that I would be better off with TV through an aerial combined with a few subscription streaming services. His second argument against flat Earth is just an appeal to authority. Yeah, I'm glad that we were on the same page for that. Then he goes into complete tinfoil dumbass flurfer talking about doctored images of the Earth. Why does he think every satellite should be sending back photographs? What about those ones transmitting TV or radio? There are some that are part of the GPS system. Does he have any clue how the location tracking on his phone works? Please. Come on there, Jonathan. You think he's actually looked this shit up? You think he knows what a GPS system is? It's all magic to him. I lost several brain cells listening to him droning on about water. Water is a liquid held to the surface of the Earth by gravity. Of course, if he is a flurfer, he doesn't understand gravity, but that is his problem. He also doesn't understand how horizons, planes, and trains work. Planes adjust to the Earth's curvature all the time, and train tracks are not so straight that they will lead away into the sky. They are laid upon the ground, and where necessary, the track is bent to fit. I did look into that, and trains are not really all that much concerned with like the curvature of the Earth as much as it is concerned with the terrain and navigating the terrain appropriately. It seems to be a bigger concern for, designing these the railroad tracks than it is anything else. Because I mean, exactly like for the planes and stuff. I mean, that thing is following the ground, right? And so it's not like you build it on the ground and then all of a sudden you're having to build like up or something like that. Like that's just like with the planes. It doesn't all of a sudden start to go up, as long as you stay flat and level with, because they have those instruments that indicate, how level you are with the horizon and everything. As long as you stay level with that, you're good. Does he think a track leading off into the clouds would support the weight of a train or even the effect of gravity? Well, remember, he says fuck gravity. That track would warp like his concept of reality. Earth not falling? Does he not know how orbits work? An object in orbit around another is in a constant state of free fall. Flat Earth on pillars? I'm surprised he didn't try to claim the firmament as well. I am too. As far as before you discount an idea that seems stupid speech, I'd turn that right back on him. Everything he has said has been stupid, uneducated, and based on his acceptance of an idea. Is it because of what his synagogue has told him? What other rabbis have told him? What his congregation has told him? Yes, you should keep an open mind, but if you should also follow the evidence where it leads, he really should try that sometime. I'd wager he is not on a fence, that he goes in a full-fledged he is a full-fledged flirter who has fallen off the fence and cracked his head on the ground. That would explain why all the clues have leaked out of his brain. Damn. Humpty Dumpty fell down and got fucked up, apparently. Jonathan Hanachek says, this was some of the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Why are you torturing us with this, GE people? Damn dumbass. So, I mean, blame the Skeptic Mafia. The Skeptic Mafia is the one that picked this. Yeah, they're the ones that did this. Anyways, then we've got Jason Kolasik. Here's our last commenter for the night, saying, guy in the closet doesn't realize he's a full-scale flirt. Ashamed to let a good brain rot. Most satellites are too close for single shots. Try images from the Discover satellite. It's at the L1 Lagrange point between the Earth and the Sun. Beautiful shot of the moon traveling across the face of the Earth. What would make the Earth fall? A larger source of gravity. We're constantly falling towards the sun, but we keep missing. It's called orbiting. Newton cannonball thought experiment figured this out 3 centuries ago. Just as we orbit the sun, the moon orbits the earth. Why doesn't it land on us? At least you can blame the Bible for part of your misunderstanding. This is your brain. This is your brain on religion. Yeah, so a lot of his problems there were from his understanding of religion and thinking that God placed the earth on fucking pedestals and shit. On pillars. But anyways, it's been real fun tonight. I'm sure that I'll be able to edit this up and take out all the shit that I fucked up in it, because that's how all my flat Earth videos end up turning out.
Hey, ain't nobody gonna be fighting over
Daniel
this
M says,
$5.
fun fact about train
mine.
tracks. Did you know train tracks are as wide as a horse carriage wheels, or as wide as horse carriage wheels back in the day? Nope, I didn't know. Aviento, Jacques. Oh, okay. Yeah. Good. Is that good night to you? No, I know. See that bon nuit à tu. À tu. Okay. Anyways, so we're gonna be going. I really appreciate you guys. So next week, right now, the only video that I've got recorded and ready or about to be ready to go up is Wild Dipshit for America, who says that we're an uncivilized nation and has some really bad information in it. So I thought it would be fun to sort of tackle that. So I'm almost done editing that, and I'll get that up for a Monday show. And then I still have to record a video for Thursday, but we should be able to get that done pretty soon. Not a flat Earth video, thank fucking Christ. And I guess we will see you heathens next week. I appreciate all of the super chats tonight. You guys are awesome. You're going to make this month even more awesome than it has been, for donating to a charity. And we will be getting a charity to you guys soon. So be on the lookout for that. And I guess that we will see you heathens later. Don't forget to stand up and use your voice. Bye, heathens. Au revoir.